I'm Artemis. My business is Limitless Artemis, and one of my offerings is multi-dimensional healing sessions. So what's comprised with that, by the time my client is present with me, 3 things have already happened. The first is I have tuned in to the spiritual wisdom behind all of the miraculous technologies known and named, as well as those yet to be discovered. I have tapped in with the zero-point field, quantum states, the infinite pool of possibilities, call it what you will, but I've already tapped in there. Also, I've requested all of the frequencies that would be useful and beneficial for both my client and myself to be present. Understand, in my paradigm, everything in the whole of existence is a frequency. Not only that, but since we are now beyond 11-11-11, there is a portal that is allowing us access to frequencies that have never been available on the earth before. So when I say frequencies, that's the reference. And lastly, I've also tapped into a field of blessings. So before my client and I are ever engaged, that's what's already occurred. So today, my client is going to direct me to what she would like. What would you like me to focus on for your session?
How about relationship?
Okay, relationships. And I'm so grateful that my client brought that up, because that's something else with multidimensional healing sessions. Nothing is off limits. We can work with relationships, finances, physical issues. Working within the quantum field is the great leveler. Nothing is off limits. So, I'm going to follow my guidance, and immediately I'm drawn to the back of my client's heart space. I'm just following my guidance, not for any reason in particular. Now from here, I'm feeling like I want to add comfort, the frequency of comfort, the state of comfort. So over here with my left hand, that's representing tapping into the quantum field, tuned directly into comfort. And notice my client is losing her sense of gravity. So that's the value of the table. And this is absolutely not uncommon during a multidimensional healing session. And really, it's just quantum physics. When you place your attention on electrons, they change. And we just modeled that. My attention was in one space on the back of her heart, and on the other space, within the quantum field, within the title of comfort. So we're noticing both of those. That's where our attention was. Something has to change, period. Electrons will always change upon observation. And this is the result. So that also confirms for us that something within the client's field has shifted. I'm just wanting to hold the space and take a breath. How are you feeling? Do you want to...
I'm good, or I could come back up.
What would you like to do? What's your heart's desire?
Lay down.
Okay, so my client's heart's desire is to lay down. That's great. So, I am drawn to my client's feet. Again, for no apparent reason. So I'm just going to hold her feet. And now I'm feeling a real strong energy coming through my third eye. Don't know what it is. Don't care what it is. Because in my reality, I know that it's useful and beneficial for both of us. One of the things within a multidimensional healing session is I'm really not concerned with getting to an answer. Because when you're in the state of answer, that then excludes all other possibilities. Notice that my hand is on my client's solar plexus. Again, I'm just following where I'm drawn. And I'm trusting that this will have a positive effect for her, that it's shifting something good for her, that it's adding energy for her, that whatever is going on is useful and beneficial for the client. Getting back to answer, my preference is to be an expert at questions. Questions that will lead my client to greater insights. And now I'm drawn to my client's heart. And I'm noticing that my client shifted from that. She was inspired to take a deeper breath. And she's doing that again. And I'm just feeling greater space within her field. And I like that. I like being part of that which creates greater space for my client. So again, empowering questions. Questions will lead a client to greater insights, to greater wisdoms. I'm not about following a protocol that's going to get you to a particular answer. It's it, that's that, the end. For me, it's like, how could I love you so little as to give you this one thing that's the alleged answer? That's horrible. I'm not about that. So now you're going to notice that I am over my client's throat as well as her crown chakra. And noticing a shift there. Again, we've got a really deep breath that wasn't part of what she was doing before, so that's a change. And I'm just noticing the quality of my client's head. It feels a little more rubbery. Okay, so now she asked for relationships, and I want to honor that. I've gone where I was drawn, but at the same time, I want to honor what she showed up for. So, I want to access the state of relationships as my client understands them, however she's encoded for them. Whew, I noticed that shifted me.
Tingling in the legs and hands.
Okay, so now she's experiencing tingling in the legs and hands. So relationships, as she understands them, as she's encoded for them, okay, how could they be more expansive? How could they be more loving towards herself? What within her consciousness could shift to align her with greater love within all of her relationships? Her romantic relationships, her relationships to herself, her relationships to work, her relationships to spirit, all of her relationships. So I'm dropping into that quantum field, the infinite pool of possibilities. And what's coming in right now is just what's fun about relationships. So again, I'm tapped in within the quantum field to her understanding of relationships. But now over here, in this portion of the quantum field, what could make her relationships even more fun? And I noticed I shifted, I noticed her breathing shifted, I'm sorry.
I know you're not looking for answers, but
Sure.
the word that feels important is partnership.
Okay, so partnership.
And it's like my hands wanna do that.
Okay.
I wanna somehow.
So she's following her guidance. She's getting partnership. That's what's coming through for her. And that's the appropriate mudra, the appropriate posture, the appropriate position for her in this moment. Wow, so I want to honor that, and I feel the beauty in that partnership. So what's coming through for me is greater love within partnership, alignment within partnership. And that created a shift.
Are you doing frequency 21?
No,
Like,
or at least not consciously.
so there's something happening like this, and I'm just going with it.
Okay, so notice that my client is now, she's doing this free-form movement. And the beauty of that, she's trusting her process, she's honoring her guidance and what she's led to do. And when you're a client with me, that's what I would want for you. I want you to follow your guidance. So what are you noticing now?
Just that this isn't something I would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming from any kind of mental place. It's just natural. And it feels like it's supposed to be like this.
Okay. So my client's saying that she feels that what's going on is natural. This isn't something that she would think to do, but that it feels like it's what's perfect in this moment.
Now I feel like laughing.
And now she feels like laughing. Laughter is always welcome on my table. Tears are always welcome on my table. It's your process. Whatever comes up for you is what's perfect.
And there's more energy in my legs.
And she's feeling more energy in her legs. Do you feel prepared to sit up?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get you sitting up.
Whoa, that was intense. I didn't realize how intense that was until I sat up.
Wow, so she's reporting intensity.
It's like I was somewhere else.
Intensity and the feeling of being somewhere else. So it sounds like she really allowed herself to drop into that quantum field and let herself go. So we started with relationships. So what are you noticing now for you that's different in relation to that?
Something feels a little more open, and like maybe there's more space, like you said before, more space.
Okay. So open, a little more space. You felt intensity. Anything else?
Just like my head wants to move.
Okay, so she's noting that her head wants to move and she's honoring that. So, again, my name is Artemis. My business is Limitless Artemis. I love providing multidimensional healing sessions. If you feel resonant to this work, please do contact me because I would love to share it with you. Thank you for watching.